How's it going, guys? Welcome to the Outsocastial podcast. I'm Ethan, and with me is the lovely man from the town who is loyal to the crown.
I cannot believe you just described me as lovely. I don't know whether that's like... I don't know how to take that.
What, you don't want me to call you lovely?
It's just a bit worrying. I don't know.
It's your British accent. I can't get over the fact that... I want you guys who are listening to this to let us know how different Henry's accent is between all the podcast episodes.
Yeah.
I kid you not. Every time we talk, he has a different accent.
It's true. The man of many accents. It changes depending on the day of the week. It's like, instead of having my period once a month, I have my that's just grim.
That was literally the worst comparison.
I don't even know where I was going with that, honestly. I really don't know where that was going. Right. On that note, I'm Henry.
Oh, yeah, my accent changes every now and then, just like when I have my period. We're off to a great start. People have already stopped listening to the podcast.
Everyone's already unsubscribed.
Everybody's already in the comments oh, Henry's period shaming. Henry's a terrible human.
Well, I am English, so the two are often very closely linked together. So, right.
That's true.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Welcome. We on this podcast we like to tell jokes. We like to talk about daily news or nerd culture, and hopefully we get you to laugh. And if you don't laugh, well, you're a heartless person.
If you're not laughing already, if you haven't started laughing already, you may as well just go, because this is as good as it's going to get.
Because you wouldn't understand our sense of humor anyway.
No, exactly. And we do know that we at least have one person watching, because Matthias Killian messaged us asking us when we were going to finally release this, and I think it's good that he did, because otherwise we probably never would have actually gotten around to doing it. So good, thank you to you, Matthias Killian, our one and only watcher.
The guy who really could not wait 24 hours for us to record.
Oh, good banter.
Oh gosh.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we have some topics.
We do.
Somewhere around
we
here.
have some topics,
Yep.
Many topics actually, that you are all really going to enjoy. They are all of supreme quality. Brilliant topics.
Yes. First one on the list, Henry. What have you been up to recently? How has your life been? Who have you been snogging?
Come on, mate. Come on. That is all right. Well, so lately I've been snogging no one because I'm stuck in America at university in Michigan. But
which makes your accent all the more confusing. To be perfectly
it really
honest.
does.
The fact that you're in Michigan, and you have a British accent.
Yeah, I stand out. I really stand out. A bit like when you're on your period. I'm just kidding.
Stop making that comparison.
I'm
when you're flipping a burger sometimes, it's like having your period. When you're driving your car and you accidentally shift into reverse, it's like having your period.
All right. What was I?
We lost all the female viewers.
Mate, there were none in the first place. Come on, let's be realistic. Okay. So anyways, I think what Ethan is trying to get at is I do have a reasonably new girlfriend in England, back home.
Congratulations.
No, wait, my recording stopped.
Sorry.
Wait. Okay, we're going. We're good.
Okay.
Anyways, what Ethan was getting at is...
Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you. I do have a new girlfriend, which is very nice. It's nice. I like. And
I believe.
Yeah, but right now I'm 3,000 miles away at university doing lots of studying, which is not fun. But it's life. That's life. Life sucks. Get used to it.
But studying is important, or you'll end up working at Wendy's.
Which is
like me.
Speaking of Wendy's, Ethan,
I just worked a whole summer at Wendy's. It was death. It was literal and actual death working at Wendy's. People make fun of McDonald's because of its poor work environment and the fact that like vegans are always like, it's not a good place to. You're welcome to McMurders. You're gonna kill all bunnies and cows. And McDonald's is like, okay.
Hello, welcome to McMurders. Would you like to order some killed animals? Yeah, everything we have was once live and is now dead.
I mean, you could say the same thing about salads, Mr. Vegan. I don't even know. Salads were once alive, okay?
Yeah, okay. I'm sorry, but I don't think people have the same sympathy for a salad as they do for, like, you know, I will admit, if I'm eating a burger or something and I think about eating a cow, I mean, I do feel a bit guilty, but nobody looks at a lettuce and goes, oh, bless that poor lettuce's heart. I hope it doesn't have any lettuce babies or something. You know, no one feels bad for lettuce.
They're like, oh, how dare you eat that lettuce? You know, you're depriving all of the cows of their food.
So now we can't make McMurders anymore because all that food, stuff is gone. Because
they've just lost. Yeah. We lost our sponsorship with McMurders. But anyway, Wendy's. As I was saying, Wendy's. I worked at Wendy's for way too long. And every day it seemed people will drive up asking for McDonald's, and I'm like, do we look like McDonald's to you?
Hi, welcome to Wendy's. May I take your order? Yeah, I'll have one Big Mac. Excuse me, this is Wendy's.
I'm not even joking, too. Like, literally, that was it every single day. People were like, hi, I'll have 2 big chicken McNuggets and Arby's curly fries.
Sorry, mate. Hello, welcome to Wendy's. May I take your order? Yeah, can I have one General Tso's chicken with chow mein? It's like, sorry, mate, you're not even in the right region right now. Come on.
What? This isn't Sonic's? This isn't In-N-Out Burger? And they're like, I don't know if you know what McDonald's looks like. They have a giant yellow M over their restaurant. We have Pippi Longstocking over our restaurant.
Hi, welcome to Wendy's. May I take your order? Yeah, I'll have 2 tickets to Finding Dory, please.
I mean, I worked there, and it opened my eyes to like how lazy today's generation is. You know, like literally, people are complaining about 5-hour shifts, and people like would skip work without telling the managers and not get fired for it. I was just like, this is not a good system. I don't think.
That's not how you run a business.
If someone doesn't show up to work, that should be like, you know, they should get fired for that.
Yeah.
Instead,
no, seriously,
I'm covering like two idiots shifts because they didn't show up to work, and I'm like, dude, I am not working 11 to 9.
Yeah, that's just ridiculous. That's crazy. What is this? This generation sucks.
Anyway, because we acknowledge that, that is why we are Outsocastials, Henry.
That is true. We are the definition of Outsocastials. In fact, none of you probably even know what an Outsocastial is, and Ethan and I actually made up this word by ourselves. We are very proud of it.
Yes, and we just want to let you know, by listening to this, you too are an Outsocastial. You are, you know, whether you're sitting or standing, whether you're a man or a woman or neither.
don't even go there. Yeah, you see, I do have to say, being an Outsocastial is a bit like when you're on your period. Okay, no.
Don't even bring that up. Don't even bring that up.
All right. Anyway, so if you haven't figured it out, Outsocastial is basically mixing around the letters of the word social outcast, because Ethan and I in high school were about the most tragic little pathetic things ever. We had absolutely no social awareness. All right, come on, speak for yourself, mate. I have 2 friends now. Please.
Yes. So anyway, the Outsocastial term came from, I believe, what was it, anatomy class or something like that?
Yeah, anatomy and physiology.
Yeah. Mr. Shalingo's lovely anatomy class that, you know, was really fun and everything. I didn't pay any attention. I just kind of copied Henry's work the entire time.
Literally, he copied me for everything.
And, you know, we're sitting next to each other, screwing around, and who were we talking about? We were talking about like getting left out of a party or something like that. You
Yeah,
know that feeling.
yeah,
That feeling when like everybody else has gone to see a movie and then they tell you
And
the
then you
next day.
haven't.
They're like, you like see on Facebook the next day. You're like, oh cool, what movie? It's like, oh cool. You guys went to go see a movie and they're like, yeah, we did.
It's like, who was invited?
like,
That guy, that one, that guy nobody speaks to. Basically just about everyone except you. That was basically our life in high school.
High school is terrible. Like, kids are dicks.
Yeah.
I'm just going to throw that out there. Kids suck.
They really do suck.
There are the few good ones, and they are the loyal Outsocastials.
Yes.
But for the most part, like, it's just... It's a popularity contest. The entirety of high school. Yep. I remember, like hanging out with a bunch of people from my grade, like the last couple nights of high school. We went out driving late at night. It was awesome and everything. But like that was literally the first time I ever even hung out with these people. Was like in the last week of high school. And
Ethan and I could literally spend hours ranting about high school.
I mean, heck, that's what this whole podcast is.
Basically, yeah, basically.
So back to the explanation of the word. Outsocastial, I think we were talking about getting left out from something, and Henry, he starts writing, like, he wanted to write hashtag social outcast, I believe it was.
Yeah.
And I don't know, he must have been like half paying attention to what Mr. Shalinga is saying in class, and I just kind of looked down at what he's writing, and he's writing hashtag Outsocastial.
It then, thus, the Outsocastials were born, and ever since we have been Outsocastials.
Producing.
Once an Outsocastial, always an... Sorry?
Nothing.
I didn't hear that, but all right.
Nope.
Okay, I'm worried now.
Okay.
I'm worried.
Anyway, so that's how the Outsocastial name came to be, and that is why you, lovely viewers or listeners, are Outsocastials as well. And we hope you join us. I can't speak right now, Henry.
Nah, it's all right.
We hope you join us for however many of these we end up doing. 2
max.
Yes, you're very appreciated, listener. Whether you're standing or sitting or on your period.
Stop it! Stop! Okay.
We appreciate you.
We do though. We appreciate you, Matthias and Alex.
Yes.
And
we have like 7 followers. Last I checked.
All right.
Yeah, man.
I did not know that. Right. Anyway, Ethan and I are both massive nerds. As you can probably tell by just listening to us, because, nerds always have a certain aura about them. You can always tell a nerd.
Too much.
Yeah. So, anyway.
Nerds are usually the ones who end up making podcasts, I find.
I feel like because we have no other friends, so we just get so depressed that we literally have to record ourselves to listen to ourselves. To make us feel like we're interacting. It's our only form of social interaction.
You're feeding our ego by listening to this.
Yes, so thank you.
Yes, thank you. We feel much better about ourselves.
And now a word from our sponsor, McMurders. Okay, anyways, moving on.
You may have noticed recently, Henry.
Yes.
There's no segue here, by the way. I'm just moving on to the next topic.
Just moving straight on.
You may have noticed that YouTube has been making some changes to its guidelines on... Or I guess they weren't making changes, but they're enforcing all of the copyright guidelines and all of the guidelines for what makes an appropriate YouTube video.
Really? I haven't uploaded a video in I think 3 months, so it has been a while.
Where have you been?
I have been with a certain young lady for a lot of the time. I'm not gonna lie.
And definitely not snogging or anything.
Nah. You're crazy. No. Come on. Not until the wedding ceremony. That's when the first kiss has to happen.
Right.
Yeah.
So YouTube updated their...
Sorry, I love the way you just blew that off completely. Like you just know that is definitely not the case.
I just know it's bullcrap, man. We don't know it's bullcrap.
Yeah. I mean, come on.
Come on.
Yeah. Go on.
Hey!
Right, now we've definitely lost everyone. Even Matthias has now turned this off and is no longer listening. Well, I mean, come on, who doesn't like listening to an Englishman talk about snogging?
That's true. Half of Harry Potter was that.
Yeah. Well, the last three movies, yeah.
People stuck around for that,
That's just because it had Hermione in it.
She will be Beauty in the new Beauty and the Beast film.
Oh, that's true. Another one of those movies that really doesn't need to be made again.
But because she's in it, Henry, everyone will watch it.
That is true. That is true.
People lie when they say they didn't watch Perks of Being a Wallflower because she was in it. I mean, nobody knew what the book was before the movie came
that's
out.
true. That's true. I think I did literally just watch it because it had Emma Watson in it. And I think my sister came into the room, popped it down, and was like, right, this is what we're watching. It's like, oh, right, so there's no choice. All right, go on.
Yeah, I had friends. Okay, I didn't have friends because I'm an Outsocastial, but I had people who said they watched it, and they're like, oh, do you need to watch this? Because it's a really good movie. And I'm like, I looked at the cover. I'm like, is it a really good movie, or does it just have Emma Watson in it?
It is a good movie, though. It is a good one.
I was surprised, but
it is a good one.
Because she's in it, no one else will believe you when you say, "Oh, it's actually a really great movie." They'll be like, yeah, right."
That's true. Not anymore. I'm beyond that life now. I am a dating man. I've got to keep my eyes on one and one alone. There you go.
Jesus.
What were we even speaking about? I've completely...
YouTube copyright.
So there you go.
Basically, YouTube changed their copyright stuff and started enforcing all of their guidelines, meaning that if somebody has anything that they deem inappropriate, they're able to unmonetize your video.
Oh, wow.
Because from a business standpoint, I understand this, because advertisers who... are advertising, if you're someone who's advertising ice cream or Play-Doh ice cream to something to kids, you don't want to put it on a Leafy is here video.
Yeah, no, that's true.
The other word is the F word.
Yeah, that's true.
You're not about to go and advertise Barbie on that. So
no.
All these companies, I get the feeling that all these companies kind of complain to YouTube. They're like, hey, I don't feel comfortable with my product being advertised on softcore porn, And
yeah,
so
that's
YouTube
true.
finally had to start taking a stand, which is respectable of them. They're like, okay, we need to put the foot down and tell people this is inappropriate. We're not going to put ads on these videos. But here's the problem with what they did though. They didn't tell anybody that they were doing this until 2 months later. So the entirety of the summer this was going on. And people really didn't notice that all of their ad revenue was being taken away from them, basically. Yeah,
that's not really what you do. You don't just kind of take someone's money and then just 2 months later be like, oh, right, by the way, you lost about $100,000 here. Sorry about that, mate. But
yeah, by the way, you're not getting paid anymore. We should have told you 2 months ago, but you're just kind of inappropriate, and so our producers don't really think that you're a good person.
How is PewDiePie going to make any money?
Have you seen, he came out with a video saying that he's actually lost a ton of money, but not because of the ad revenue thing, but because somebody hacked into his bank account.
Oh, right, yeah, that's not good.
I mean, both are bad scenarios, but he's screwed basically.
Yeah.
And he's not uploading good videos anymore, and people are just like, I want the old PewDiePie back.
Yeah, he's dead and gone. Well, now they can come and move to us. If all of PewDiePie's followers came and listened to our podcast, we would maybe have one that stuck around until the end.
I mean, realistically, only half of PewDiePie's subscribers are actual people. Everybody has 2 channels that have subscribed to him or more.
Huh.
Yeah. I mean, think about it. In our lifetime of making YouTube videos, you've made probably, 10 channels?
Oh, no, way more, mate. 50 probably.
Which are all still up, by the way.
They are.
But, over the course of the years that YouTube has been around, we've created a ton of channels. And, I mean, just think about it. If all of those channels are subscribed to PewDiePie, put that into perspective as to why he's only getting 3 million views on videos when he has like 50 million subscribers.
That's true. That does make sense. You are smart. You should become like a YouTube businessman.
That's why you should subscribe to the Outsocastial podcast and buy our new T-shirt for only $19.99.
And tech.
We don't have a T-shirt.
we don't have T-shirts. We should have T-shirts. All right, tell you what.
If you want T-shirts, please let us know.
Yeah, and we will probably not make you a T-shirt, but it's the thought that counts.
We'll print out a piece of paper with a T-shirt and scribble in permanent marker Outsocastials.
And we'll email it directly to you so that you can print it out and go buy it yourself. I'll fax it. Yes. Go on.
Some little 12-year-old kid's like, "What's a fax?" And like his mom's like, "Alex, don't swear." And like he's like, but the Outsocastials. And then just like that, we've lost another subscriber.
Don't be stupid. Everyone knows what facts are. Facts are those things that you learn in school.
So YouTube. A lot of the larger YouTubers have covered this. I mean, PewDiePie even talked about it himself. But like guys like Philip DeFranco, who does news, H3H3, who do reaction videos, like all these channels covered the fact that everybody's losing money on YouTube because, I mean, they're swearing on YouTube, and people are like, what do YouTube expect us to do? Stop swearing? I'm like, well, if the world was perfect, then yes, they would have you stop swearing.
It's like, it's really not that big a deal, mate. Just censor your mouth a bit and you'll continue to make money.
I'm like, yes, YouTube is a platform for free speech, but like,
I mean, you don't need to swear to make money. Just look at you and I.
Please give us money.
I was going to say there was an appropriately long moment of silence. There was just yeah. We're both in debt. Yeah.
One of my videos was even censored, out of all things, and I mean, I go out of the way to kind of make my videos appropriate.
Yeah. Which one was censored? Was it anus?
No. Out of all the videos in the world, it was not anus.
People who haven't seen your channel right now are like, what are they talking about, anus?
They're like, why are people looking at his anus? And I'm like, people like the anus.
Now this video is probably going to be censored as well, the little bit we put up. Oh. Wait, so which one was censored, though?
Well, yeah, it was censored because, you remember my 3 free games video that I did back in Thailand?
Yes.
The whole bit about... one of the games I played was called Suicide is Not the Answer.
Right.
And because I put the word suicide in the tags and said the word suicide 3 times in the video...
They censored that?
They censored it because suicide is a controversial subject. And that goes against their community guidelines.
That is really stupid.
Well, I mean, the basic gist of all of these guidelines were that, you can't have, you can't advertise drugs, you can't have extreme profanity... You can't have lots of sexual content or humor. You can't you can't talk about controversial subjects such as stuff about terrorism or suicide, which I mean basically takes away from all news.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
If you're a news YouTube channel, basically you're screwed. And I mean, I just thought about what about all of these news channels? What are they going to do now?
Yeah, no, really, they're basically stuck.
But yeah, my video got taken down not taken down, but it got censored for a little bit because I said the word suicide in it. So, I mean, all I had to do was technically change the tags to get it to not have suicide in it anymore, and they just like that allowed me to monetize it again. But I was just like, what the AIDS? I'm not allowed to say the word suicide.
Well, yeah, but I mean, what about things like Suicide Squad? What about like that?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's just...
Or what about, all of those really professional short films that are, anti-bullying
Yeah,
films that, they need to be seen.
No, exactly. That's really stupid.
So, the anus video, people just did not like that video.
Just the anus video. I swear, some of my friends here at college today were saying, we're going to watch it. Now I don't know if I want them to anymore. They're gonna be like,
what? Podcast?
The anus video. Oh, I was gonna say, speaking of like internety things not going the way people kind of wanted it to. What happened to Pokemon Go? That thing just died, didn't it?
Oh my gosh!
It was a bit. Honestly,
I kind of figured off the bat it was going to be a fad.
Yeah, but it's like ultimate fad. Like, honestly, it really does remind me a bit of the Titanic, before everyone's like, this is like the greatest thing that there ever has been. Like, look,
all
it's
of your
Pokemon.
Analogies are so morbid.
No, okay, I'm sorry, but it is, right? Like, it was this amazing thing that everyone's like, oh, look at this, and then they get on it, they play it, they get on the Titanic, they're like, this is incredible, it's amazing, and then it hits the iceberg, and it dies. Just like Pokemon Go. It just hit a point, and now you see maybe 4 people playing it now? Like, what happened to that?
Seriously, I mean, like, personally, I loved playing it, but I think because nobody else plays it anymore, I just lost all of my motivation to play it as well.
I just got a bit bored, I'm not going to lie. Like, it was fun, but then...
It was great.
They needed more, like...
out every
they really needed more, like, trainer fights or more for you to do. Yeah. There just wasn't enough to do.
I heard, like, they're recently about to put out the Generation 2 Pokemon. I'm like... That's a little late now to do that.
Seriously. The craze has died.
Play it anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm a huge Pokemon fan, and I haven't touched it in 3 weeks. Granted, I did get a girlfriend, and I was taking
no
up
time
more...
to catch Pokemon.
Exactly. Girlfriend above Pokemon. And I know some of you right now are, like, cringing at that saying, but you wait until you have your 9th birthday, and you will understand when you get a girlfriend.
You know what really pissed me off?
What?
Was, you remember Undertale?
Yes.
Like, Undertale, I believe, was a great game. Undertale was actually a great game.
Yeah.
But its fan base, man. The fan base was terrible. It was one of those things where it was like, the fan base alone made me no longer appreciate the game.
True.
And I'm like, it was sad too. Like, you remember I played it on my channel for a little bit, and like after I made 7 videos of it, I was just like, I lost all of my steam for it because I was just like, after 7 episodes, I was like, it was the same thing over and over again. I wasn't progressing very far, and on top of that, all of the people who had already beaten the game were like telling me how to beat the game. And I was like, you can't just, like, spoil everything for me.
Yeah,
like,
that ruins
I'm not
it.
spoiling anything for you, but, you have to do this when you get in here.
Yeah.
And if you kill this guy, then you're a terrible person. And I'm like, I'm sorry, you want to play?
Yeah, it's like, come on, mate, play it yourself.
Yeah, seriously. And, I mean, I enjoyed the game, but it's just, I don't know. The fan base killed it for me.
Yeah.
The fan bases killed the Undertale game for me, but I mean the best kind of fan bases are, of course, our own viewers.
Oh, you guys are what make the Outsocastial podcast. You guys are what it is about. Without you lot, we would be absolutely nothing. And I know that there are probably no one still listening at this point, but if there is at least one person out there, bless your heart, and thank you.
We hope that the one of you who is still listening, that you enjoyed the first pilot episode, first annual pilot episode of
the annual pilot. Podcast. Is this going to be a once-a-year thing now? So, see you in 365 days, everyone. By then, I'll be done with school, and oh, Lord only knows where I'll be.
So the next time we talk, he's like, so how you doing? Oh, well, I play games with my kids and everything. I don't play video games much anymore.
I've been married for 10 years now. It's not going too bad. And then,
man, it's been a good run, man. Remember our last episode back in 2016? What year is it now? 2006. Oh, yeah, man. What year is this?
Oh, sorry. I just got to say quickly. Wait. Right, I don't know where that was going. Never mind. That was kind of...
we thank you for listening to this podcast.
Thank you
we really
very
appreciate comments and any questions you have.
Let us know what you want us to speak about next time, and we will do it.
Yes, next time there will be a segment where we answer some of your questions and comments and whatever. So go ahead. Do not be stingy in that comment section.
And there are certain questions which will not be answered. Such questions as, I don't know. Just don't be stupid. We will not answer your question if it is
Such
too personal.
questions as, why are they period shaming? And be
Yeah.
like, he's English.
No, alright, come on. We're not period shaming. It's just, it was a bad joke, and I didn't really... Yeah, that was just... I didn't think about that very carefully. There's nothing wrong with periods.
There's nothing wrong with periods. Periods are beautiful.
Well...
I mean, women are beautiful.
Women are gorgeous.
Yes. We are straight, can you tell?
Yes. Well, I do have a girlfriend, so I hope that's a bit of a hint. And she is gorgeous. She's precious.
The only comment on this video is Henry gay?
Yeah, is this girlfriend like some cover-up for him being like a massive homo or something? No, guys, I'm straight. You can go check my Facebook account. I do have a real girlfriend. Yes, she does exist. She does exist. I have proof. I don't know how I got her, honestly, but she's real, so don't question it.
And that's all we have time for today. Thank you guys so much, and we will see you guys next time. I'm Henry. I'm Ethan, and this is Henry.
I am Henry, and we are, yeah.
We are the Outsocastials.
Yes,
Thanks
we
for
are.
joining us.
Thank you. Join next time.
Bye.
Bye.